Welcome to another episode of Chief Knows. This episode is about what happened to me before, okay? So when I got hit and everything, and I'm also gonna share with you the system that came out of what happened to me, all right? So to start, okay, I was in a party, hanging out, okay? I was sitting down this way, okay? So I was talking to some people here, you know, having fun, maybe a little tipsy, just hanging out. All of a sudden, one of my old friends comes up to me, old friends, believe it or not. Says, hey, shakes my hand this way. As soon as he shook my hand, boom, I got hit, okay? As soon as I got hit, it's like, fuck, so I had to get up. But of course, since he got the first shot in this way, okay, I had to take a lot more punches. So I was standing up, boom, 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 getting hit, then I got him, okay? Cracked him against the wall and everything. Beat his ass up against the wall. But when I was against the wall, I was noticing that I was getting weaker and weaker and weaker also. And then I just did this, and all of a sudden there's a lot of people behind me also beating me up. So I had to push them in front of me. I put them in front of me, I was still getting weaker. It turns out there was like 8 or 9 guys just cracking me all over, hitting me with sticks. I ended up getting stabbed, everything the works. Anyway, like with everything bad that happens, I have to make sure that something good happens. So after that, I came up with a system. I reviewed what could have happened. I reviewed some stuff I could have done, okay? So, of course, number one, I had to deal with the element of surprise. I had to deal with impact weapons. I had to deal with, you know, some bladed weapons, okay? So that time, my first reaction could have saved me actually if I, you know, ran in the right direction, did the right reaction when I first got hit. Now, I remember when I was there, this way, I had a chair, okay? But before that, let me just simulate a little bit about what happened, okay, so you guys can see. I kept going over and over in my head what I could have done that night. Of course, they had the element of surprise, number one, because they were shaking my hand, right? Number two, you know, they hit me first, so I had to recover, had to stand up and follow up. After that, I was outnumbered. So I was thinking, you know, there are a lot of things maybe I could have done to survive and not take as much damage. Because I ended up getting stabbed, getting beaten up, you know, I got stitches, you know, it was pretty bad. But, you know, I said everything bad, like I said, you know, a system came out that I've used after that, okay? So, one of the things I was able to look at, like when I first got hit, was, you know, because we were sitting like this, there was no table in front of us, okay? So I was just sitting like this. I should have used the chair, right? But then again, I've seen so many people use a chair in real fighting and nothing happens. Basically what happens is they're just struggling this way or somebody hits it, there's hardly any damage, okay? So, I started studying and studying and studying and came up with this. As now I'm going to share this with you guys. What I'm going to do now is explain to you what I think I could have done, or actually the system that came out because of that night. Okay, so I'm holding the chair. So let's have Coach Mike here. Guys, you've seen this so many times before in real fights. Someone gets a chair and does this. What does the guy do? He holds onto it and then whatever. Or you guys are struggling with the chair. He throws it out and nothing happens, right? Okay. But I said there's so many good things that you can do with a chair if you really think about it, okay? So one of them is this, okay? So from here, if I was here this way, all right? Let's say he shook my hand, even if he did hit me, boom, okay? Watch this, okay? When I get hit, okay, just step back first, Coach Mike. Okay, if I got hit, I just put my foot here, right? So boom, and then I go this way, okay? See it? If I was here, what I could have done was picked up the chair, anywhere, and then just swung it this way. Boom. All right? If we go back, we'll simulate that again. Nobody expects that because remember, you're here. Boom. You got beaten up right here. All right? You're getting beaten up. Okay? And then you hold this, then watch this slowly. Slowly. I crack this against his face and everything. See? Boom. Okay? So this becomes my roundhouse kick. This becomes my hook punch. See it? And if it just scratches across his face. Okay? Now, all I needed actually was about, you know, half a second, then I could get away. Had I known that I was, you know, going to be facing multiple opponents. But maybe me that time, boom, I would have cracked him anyway again. And then all of a sudden I had to deal with these guys because I didn't see them. See, so that's another thing we have to be prepared for. Always be aware of your surroundings. Okay, because that time I was a little bit tipsy. Yeah, I would say I was a little bit getting drunk already, having too much of a good time, and then that's what happened. Okay, so the first one, okay, without anybody, okay, if you see somebody approaching, even if I'm sitting this way, okay? So I put all of my weight on my right leg, there. Okay, when I put all of my weight on my right leg, look, I don't have any weight on my, don't have any weight on the chair anymore, right? So now I just step back with my left and then swing this around. Okay, so I used to practice this a lot. So 1, 2, okay? Very, very easy, right? So from here, if I'm sitting down, 1, it's my left leg that steps back, 2, okay? So the reason why I step back is I get momentum with this going back, see it? There. Trust me, if you hit someone that way, you're gonna do a lot of damage, because this is something people don't expect, okay? So watch again, okay? So from here, put all of my weight on this, okay? There. Lift my ass up just this much off the seat. I don't have to go up this way. All I need is this. So he still thinks I'm basically sitting down. Then this one steps back. Boom! Okay? So later on, we're going to do some simulations of that so you can see how it works. Okay, now, another side. Okay, so say I was sitting here and he got me from here. Now, what happens if I see my opponent here? All right? If I see my opponent this way, look what happens. This is really bad. He already has to drop on me. Okay? I have to stand up and get hit because he's already there and I'm sitting down. Second, if I stand up again, he hits me, okay? Let's say I had to take this. By the time I get here, he's hit me so many times, all right? So again, so from here, so this time, I'm gonna step, a while ago I was putting my weight here, okay? Now I'm gonna put all my weight here and lift my ass just this much off the seat, just this much. I don't have to stand up, that wastes too much time, okay? So let's say Coach Mike is going here, coming in, boom! You see it? That's how I crack him on the head. Okay, so again, from here, look. All right, so I step here, lift my ass off this much, because I can't do this, right? As soon as that's when I, boom, I crack him on the head. Okay, so that's another way of doing this. So after this, I'm going to show you 2 more usual things that people do with the chair and how you can be more effective. After that, we're going to do some simulations. So you guys might be asking, what's the difference from here, here, whatever? Okay, the first one, I had my back turned and I got hit, okay? If you get hit, don't do what I did, because I just stood up and took it, okay? So from here, as soon as you get hit or you get pushed or whatever from behind, okay, put all of your weight on this. Okay, now a lot of people say, how the hell am I going to remember that if I'm getting beaten up and I'm drunk, whatever. That's why you train it, and it becomes muscle memory. Okay, so anyway, so from here, I put all of my weight on this leg here, so I can step back. Okay, that's the first one. Now, the second one, the guy's in front of me. Again, here he's already standing up in front of me. He already has to drop. So I cannot stand up and use the chair or do whatever, because he's already there. Okay, so this time what I'm going to do is, since he's here, I can't put my weight here because he's gonna get me, right? So I put my weight here on this leg, okay? So as I put my weight on this leg, see it? Okay, I lift my ass a little bit, then I crack him, okay? Now, the reason why I'm always putting my weight on a leg is so my weight is always behind it when I hit, okay? I don't want it to be just like an arm punch. Just like any striking in boxing, every time you hit, your weight has to be behind it. Same thing if you're whacking a guy with a chair. I lift, put my weight here, then we go, boom. Okay? Now, make sure when you're standing up, a quick tip, don't stand up this way, okay? All you need to do is get your ass off the chair so you can deliver, okay? The third part, everybody's gonna always ask, why don't you just get a chair like this and hit him? It always works, okay? So what I've seen is, yeah, usually what they do is they absorb it this way with their hands, and later on you're grabbing, then sometimes they might be kicking or you're trying to grab the chair from each other, that kind of thing, okay? And what happens? Nothing. What happens if you have to deal with multiple opponents or plenty of other guys, or other guys. So anyway, so what we came up with is this. So maybe you can pretend to hit, okay? Of course, no matter what happens, he doesn't know you're pretending to hit. He's gonna still block it, right? So you do something like this, right? There. Then you push, you put pressure, okay? So come here, Coach Mike. There, all right? Now, I'm gonna push into him. As soon as I feel him push back this way, okay? Watch what happens. Push back, Coach Mike. Boom, boom. That's my opening. That's when I hit him. then I go. And they're going to say, oh, what happens if he hits you with the chair? No. If I hit you, I'm going to keep going. Boom, 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 boom. Keep going. Okay? So from here, like I said, like everything I've seen, always, every time I've seen a fight with a chair, it's always something like this. Boom, there. Of course, I'm sure there have been people who have been hit with chairs if you do it fast enough or you get them surprised, but it always ends up something like this, that he might throw the chair, he might try to kick, but what I do is I wait for that time that he's just doing this, okay? Or his arms are occupied doing this or this. That's all I need, okay? That's my opening. So from here, as soon as we get this like this way, there, I push. As soon as I feel him push, that's when I go, boom, and crack him. Okay? That's always worked for me. Okay, so a lot of people, sometimes when they're fighting, they're like this, Okay, like I said, I don't like doing this, okay, because you can't do that much damage. If I'm doing this, the guy in the back can also pull the chair, like I've seen so many times. If I'm here, the bouncer just pulls the chair out, okay? So, if I do have to use the chair, okay, this is just the basics, all right? If I do have to use the chair, I hold it this way, down. Okay, so like why down? All right, so as Mike comes in slowly, that's how I get him. Because he's not expecting, he thinks he thinks he has the upper hand because the chair is down, see it like this, so he's gonna try to do something like this and then maybe strike, whatever, okay? But of course, it's not threatening him because the chair is down. But he doesn't know. This is actually an invitation for him to come inside. As soon as he comes in, go ahead, boom, that's when I crack him up with this, okay? And of course, then we go back to the one I just showed you. I crack him with this and I do this, okay? If he's still up, then as soon as I feel him push, that's when I go and crack him. Okay, so, okay, keep rolling. So Coach Mike, so it's from here, right? I'm here. As soon as I put my weight here, I step back with this. As soon as I hit, I stop it. Okay? I stop, I hit, boom, but I can follow up. Okay? Tama yan that you went all the way. So what we'll do is from here, okay? I step, but boom, that's how I follow up. Okay? There you go. Grabe yan. Let's try with a stick. Whack him on the head, go. That's it. Now, all right, guys, so I showed you guys the system that came out of something bad that happened to me, and I was able to use this so many times right after. Don't ask me why I was in those situations, but I just was. And I'm just, using these experiences to share with you, and so you guys can hopefully learn just in case you guys have to defend yourselves. Okay, so before we go, just like to thank our brothers. Everybody, thank you very much for being here and helping out. Okay, so we're going to be doing another episode. Don't forget to watch that. Okay, it's what happens during a fraternity hit. Okay, so anyway, before we go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys soon. Keep the fight.